Here is position 2 of the minor pentatonic scale. Using this will allow you to break out of and extend position 1 of the minor pentatonic scale. This will give your guitar solos more range and expand your knowledge of the fretboard. So let's get started. To learn position 2 of the minor pentatonic scale, you first need to know how it connects with position 1. So let's look at both positions together. As you can see, our starting note for position 2 is the second note of position 1. You will also notice that both positions share these notes on the fretboard. You could view these notes as the glue that connects both position 1 and 2. Now that we have our starting note, we can run through the scale. Try to memorize and practice this position ascending, so playing up the scale and descending, coming down the scale, until you have a basic grasp of the pattern. You could also try ascending position 1 and then descending position 2. Next, to avoid sounding lost or lacking in direction, you will want to identify the root notes within position 2. As we are in the key of A minor, then the root notes would be the A notes located here and here. Try targeting these root notes or centering your ideas around them to give your phrases a much greater sense of purpose. And ending a phrase on one of these root notes will give your phrases a sense of closure or finality. The chances are that if you're learning position 2 of the minor pentatonic scale, then you already have a few go-to phrases or licks that you use within position 1. A great way of becoming more familiar with a new position is to figure out how to transfer these licks into a new location in your new position or scale. So here are 3 shortcuts to allow you to do this much faster. If I draw your attention to the first 4 notes of the first position of the minor pentatonic scale, so A, C, D, and E, and then show you the location of these same notes in position 2, you will have a quick way of playing identical licks in both locations. Here's some examples. The 4 notes on the D and G strings in position 1, so G, A, C, and D, can be played here in position 2, allowing you to play the same licks in both positions. And lastly, the 4 notes on the B and E strings, so E, G, A, and C, can be played here in position 2, once again allowing you to play identical licks in both positions. A great exercise for seeing and playing these 2 positions as one big position is to use slide transitions. Here is the exercise. So predominantly you're playing in position 1, but before jumping to the next string, you would slide up to the next available note on the same string but in position 2, and back down to the starting note in position 1 again. Extra points if you can do this with one picked note per string using hammer-on slides and pull-offs. This exercise will give you multiple pathways in and out of both positions when improvising, making 2 positions seem much more like one big position. Changing keys works exactly the same as it would for position 1. Position 2 just tags along for the ride. Just shift both scale patterns together until you arrive at the correct root note that matches the key of the song you're playing to. Once you're comfortable playing in both position 1 and 2 of the minor pentatonic scale, you will want to expand the fretboard by learning the next position, which we'll move on to in the next lesson. As usual, feel free to like, subscribe and comment if you haven't already, and see you in the next one.